today let's talk about Unicode. So if you guys hear Unicode, what do you guys think about? Unicorn? Uni's code? I guess? Guys, anything? Is that all you guys can think about when you guys hear Unicode? Unicang? Unicajang? Unicoting? Yeah, Universal coding. Thank you. One normal person. Let's learn about Unicode, guys. So, Unicode, as you guys been mentioning multiple times, formerly called Unicode Standard. Guys, Unicode Standard. Do you guys really feel like, oh my god, is a information technology standard for the consistent encoding, representation, and handling of text expressed in most of the world's writing system. The standard, which is maintained by the Unicode Consortium, defines 144,697 characters, covering 159 more modern and historic scripts. So it's just universal coded character is Unicode. Something universal coding? Yeah, we're very educational. Surprise. UTF. 아, 옛날에 메모장 저장 방식이 UTF. Oh. The Unicode character repertoire is synchronized with ISO IEC 10646, each being code identical with the other. The Unicode standard, however, includes more than just the base code. Alongside the character encoding, the consortium's official publication includes a wide variety of details about the scripts and how to display them. Normalization rules, decomposition, collation, rendering, and what's so long? The standard also includes reference data files and visual characters to help developers and designers correctly implement the repertoire. Oh, dude, Jinri, it's repertoire. How you define set of characters in bytes. Oh, repertory. Repertory. Korean style, man. Unicode's success at unifying character sets has led to its widespread and predominant use in the internationalization and localization of computer softwares. The standard has been implemented in many recent technologies, including modern operating systems, XML, and most modern programming languages. Unicode can be implemented by different character encodings. The Unicode standard defines Unicode transformation format, UTF. Where did I also hear a lot of UTFs? I feel like UTF-8 has been very popular. Or 16? Oh, they're different one? So they're bits? So you call them in bits? Oh, 8 bits are 1 byte. Sorry. Because UTF and WTF? 아니야. 진짜, I heard about UTF, man. The most commonly used encoding are UTF-8, UTF-16, and the obsolete UCS-2. It's precursor of UTF-16 without the full support of Unicode. While not an official Unicode standard, is standardized in China and implements Unicode fully. Okay. Yeah, UTF-8, the dominant encoding of the www, World Wide Web, right? See, it's been used by more than 95% of the webs. So I should have heard it somewhere, right? And on most Unix-like operating system, uses 1 byte for the first 128 code points and up to 4 bytes for other characters. The first 128 Unicode code points represents the ASCII. Is that the keyboard character? Which means that any ASCII? That sounds weird. Text is also UTF-8 text. Wow, what is it's just a standard language? 나 아직도 뭔가 여기까지 읽었는지도 모르겠어. I don't understand up to here. ASCII? So let's move on to the origin and development, because I think they're being more in depth with like the UTF-32s and then what's going on with the UCS-2. So origin and development. Unicode has the explicit aim of transcending the limitations of traditional character encoding, such as those defined by the ISO-IEC 8859 standard, which find wide use in various countries of the world but remain largely incompatible with each other. Many traditional character encodings share a common problem in that they allow bilingual computer processing, but not multilingual computer processing. Okay. Unicode in intent encodes the underlying characters. What are graphemes and grapheme-like unit rather than a variant glyphs for such characters? What is this? What is going on? The text processing Unicode takes the role of providing a unique code point, a number, not glyph, for each character. In other words, Unicode represents a character in an abstract way and leaves visual rendering to other software such as web browser or web processor. This simple aim becomes complicated, however, because of concessions made by Unicode's designer. What is this going on? 뭔 소리야? What's my goal of this coding? To understand what Unicode is? And at this point, I'm not understanding. 잠깐만, hey, Jinri's mind, come back. 다시 돌아와. 뭔 소린지 모르겠어. The first 256 code points were made identical to the content of ISO, so as to make it trivial to convert existing Western text. So is it like... I don't know, even if you read this, do you understand what's going on? I'm not sure how it started, though. What? So they're trying to find a way to keep, like, a standard text all around the world. All around the world? Right? That everyone can use? And apparently there's several standards. Okay, well, let's try to keep reading. So the first 256 code points were made identical. Yeah, we read that. Many essentially identical characters were encoded multiple times at different code points to preserve distinctions used by legacy encodings and therefore allow conversions from those encoding to Unicode and back without losing any information. For example, the full-width form sections of code points encompasses a full duplicate of the Latin alphabet. Because Chinese, Japanese, and Korean CJK야 이거는? I love how they call it CJK. Fonts contain two versions of each letter? Really? The full width matches the width of the CJK character. And normal width, for example, see duplicate characters in Unicode? 뭔 소리야 이거는? So the CJK fonts contain two versions of the Unicode? Really? How? What? 진짜? Unicode Bulldog Award recipient include many named influential in the development of Unicode and includes Tatsuo Kobayashi, Thomas Miller, Ruzbe Pornader, Ken Lunde, and Michael Everson. 반칸? 한 칸이 뭐예요? 인코딩하고 캐릭터 셋이 뭔지 모르고 보면 봐도 모를 건데? 그러니까 봐도 모르겠어요. 코딩 주 목적이면 저걸 다 알 필요 없다고요? 알아요. 그냥 재미로 아는 거예요. 그냥 코딩하다가 머리 터질 것 같아가지고 이런 거라도 배우자 해서 시작하는 마인드예요. Computer is in 0 and 1 and we had to figure out which set of 0 and 1 represented which character? But how come Korean, Chinese, and Japanese contain two versions? And they made the first couple of pages the same as the normal... What? ASCII? The same spacing as... 아, 코딩할 때 리을을 칠 때 한 칸 있고 반 칸 있다고? 욕 나온대요. Every character takes up same space? In regular text it doesn't? What? Huh? But they say two versions. They don't really mention about space though. 맞아요. 새끼가 여기지. Full width form is the space? So I guess Korean is like a box shape? And like I guess that's why like 한글로 칠 때 한 글자 치면 알파벳 이퀄리면 두 칸 먹는다고? And that's apparently same with... How about then like other language? Oh, this is interesting. Oh. How about like 뭐냐 저기 like Vietnamese. Or how do they treat 뭐냐 그 what's that cursive like language? I forgot the name. 알파벳 하나당 반각이라고 보고 보면 되고 한국은 정각을 먹는다고 생각하면 된다고? 아, 아라빅, Arabic. 베트남어는 글자가 알파벳이었어요? 아, 몰랐니? Sorry. I think that was like the most racist comment, right? Sorry, Chad. So the history is saying that based on experience of the Xerox character code standard since 1980, the origin of Unicode date to 1987 when Joe Becker from Xerox with Lee Collin and Mark Davis from Apple. Oh wow, Apple! Started investigating the practicalities of creating a universal character set. With additional inputs from Peter Fenwick and Dave, Joe Becker published a draft proposal for an international multilingual text character encoding system in August 1988, tentatively called Unicode. He explained that the name Unicode is intended to suggest a unique, unified, universal encoding. What is this? I guess this is something important to learn about. The Xerox character code standard. 그래, 그러니까 결국에는 전 세계적으로 통하는 컴퓨터 언어를 만드는 게 유니코드라는 소리잖아. So basically they're saying that to create like a universal like character that every individual can understand, they're calling it Unicode. That's basically what Unicode is, right? 폭이 중요한 건 CJK가 주류라서 그렇다고요? 주류가 뭐예요? Oh, if it hurts, you don't have to explain it more. So storage space, not visible spacing. That's why they called it full width to those that take 2 bytes and half width that takes 1 byte. So in this document, entitled Encoding 88, Becker outlined a 16-bit character model. Oh shoot. Why so confusing? Unicode is intended to address the need for a workable, reliable world text encoding. Unicode could be roughly described as wide-body ASCII. That has been stretched to 16 bits to encompass the characters of all the world's living languages. In a properly engined design, 16 bits per character are more sufficient for this purpose. Really? And he also mentions Unicode gives higher priority to ensuring utility for the future than to preserving past antiquities. Unicode aims in the first instance at a characters published in modern text in the whose number is undoubtedly far below 16,384. All other may be defined to be obsolete or rare. Is this like, you know how on Discord I've been changing time depending on where it is? And like, that's how... Like those type of text? In early 1989, the Unicode working group expanded to include Ken Whistleter. Oh, shoot. Sorry, I had to change something real quick. Whistler? Oh, sorry. Did I say Whistletoe? I feel like I just said Whistletoe. Wow! 역대급. I think this is one of my top hard language to understand. So Unicode Consortium was incorporated in California on January 3rd, 1991, and in October 1991, the first volume of the Unicode standard was published. 1996, the surrogate character mechanism was implemented in Unicode 2.0, so that it's no longer restricted to 16 bits. No wonder people really cared about the pronunciation between bits and bytes. Didn't know the difference. Increased the Unicode code space to over 1 million code points, which allowed for the encoding of many historic scripts, including Egyptian hieroglyphs. Wow, thousands of rarely used and obsolete characters that has not been anticipated as needed encoding. Among the characters not originally intended for Unicode are rarely used kanji and Chinese characters, many of which are part of personal and place name, making them rarely used but more essential than envisioned in the character architecture of Unicode. Yeah, I guess it's not really a code to, like, text. Like, programming-wise, I don't think it's a programming code, but like a universal, like, basic #1 thing. Wonder if Unicode made their name with Unicode in mind? That would be interesting. Is it output or a standard language to unify? Yeah, alphabet, syllables. Wait, 잠깐만. 그럼 is it? You know how? Wait, correct me if I'm wrong. You know how on Word? Wait, maybe it is wrong. Maybe I'm gonna say something really stupid. But you know how on Word, if you press in like a certain number, it returns you a character? Is this that? Oh, that's Unicode? I'm shocked. 나 진짜 지금 쇼크 먹었어. That's Unicode. That's why I heard about Unicode. Cause I think I seen it there. You know how in Korean chat, if you press shift and control at the same time, you get a list of things to like see? Is that also Unicode? Like, you know, 한국 챗에서 우리 막 별표 만들고 하트 만들잖아요. Is that also Unicode? 아. 미음 한자를 맞아. 오! 아, 이모티콘스. 아니, 우리 막 하트 만드는 거 있잖아. Ah, and then emoticons recently got added to be considered in Unicode. Unicorn. Unicorn. Ah. So while the UCS is a simple character map, Unicode specifies the rules, algorithms, and properties necessary to achieve interoperability between different platforms and languages. Thus, the Unicode standard includes more information covering in-depth topics such as bitwise encoding, collation, and rendering. The partial reason for this publication method highlights the second significant difference between the UCS and Unicode: the frequency with which updated versions are released and new characters added. The Unicode standard has regularly released annual expanded versions, occasionally with more than one version released in a calendar year, and with rare cases where the scheduled release had to be postponed. So these are the updates that were made, and that's how much they keep adding. This was how much total. And then the next year, they added all of the like kanji, Japanese character, Korean character, and Chinese character. 221,000 characters added. 와, 미쳤다. And then Hangul syllable added. 4,000 more Hangul syllable added. 왜 한글을 먼저 그렇게 해댔을까? Tibet language, I'm guessing. That's it. Original set of Hangul syllables removed and added new set of Hangul syllables. Why are there so many Hangul syllables? 아, 우리나라가 포맷 요청이 적극적이었다고? 근데 한국 문자들이 10,000개나 돼요? Wait, Korea has 11,000 syllables? 아, 우리나라 찡찡댔다고? 우리 유니코드에서 한국처럼 찡찡대 만들어준다고 한다고? 얼마나 찡찡댔길래? And then in 1998, it seems Eurosign and object replacement characters added. Cherokee, Ethiopic. Oh shoot. Khmer, Mongolian, Burmese, Ogham, Runic, Sinhala, Syriac, Thana. Hallelujah. A lot of Braille pattern? 뭐야? Khmer? Where's Khmer? Khmer가 뭐 어디예요? Braille? Where's Braille? 점자? 아! They added. 나는 어떻게 영어로 모르고 한국어로 알고 있어? 와. Where's Korean again? Tagalog. 필리핀은 이때 2002. 야. 세 번째가 크메르는 어디요? 따깔록이야? 와, 림부는 어디야? I will shut up. 진짜 딱 내가 옛날에 누가 한글? 이러면 what the heck 이랬는데 내가 지금 똑같이 하고 있네. Sorry to all the languages out there that I can't pronounce. Junior has pronunciation issues. Sorry. 띠깔룩이 억양 따라한 거예요? 와, so many language. 한국도 추가 안 했는데? old 한국도 있었네 여기 또. Sorry, I'm just gonna look for Hangul at this point. Unified ideography? Ideograph. As well as extended 자모? What the hell is jam? 자모. Damn Koreans. Emoji. Emoticon 2010. So not that recent. Turkish was only added 2012? Yeah, I guess. And they recently added like the square thing. Wow. 72 more emojis were added. Whoa! Bitcoin syllable was added, guys, in 2017. I should have bought Bitcoin. 장기 Chinese chess has been added? What? Syllables for 장기? Like Wang and etc. 이모지는 이모티콘이 아니라 글자를 뜻하는 거예요? 그럼 이모티콘이 이모티콘이에요? 야야야야야. Maybe. 타밀. Historic fraction syllable. 라오 알겠다. Latin letters. 와, 진짜 세상에 모르는 언어들 진짜 많다. Now we're moving on to like other languages in Africa. So now it's Arabic. Arabic이 뭐야? Oh my god. 나 계속 language 보다 머리 터지겠어. Arabic scripts editions for use in language across Africa. 이건 뭐야? What is this? 카자흐스탄이 song currency symbol. Musical notation? 키르기즈스탄? Country in East Europe. What is 자멘니? 이거 뭐야? What is 자멘니? 몇 개야? And now that come close to 144,000. 쏨이라는 화폐 그거구나. 여긴 나라고. 나 키르기즈스탄 왜 들어봤지? 드라마 본 사람. Unicode space is divided into 17 planes, numbered from 0 to 16. 역시, you count 0 if you're a coder, right? Zimeni is Russian Orthodox Church. So general category property. Let's look into this. LU? What? Okay. This looks like now like 이렇게 보니까 그거잖아. Kind of looks like science stuff. Science syllable. Oh, why so laggy today? 카자흐스탄, 우즈베키스탄, 키르기스탄, 아프가니스탄 이렇게 비슷하게 있다고? 아, 오케이. 그쪽에 있었나 봐. 아, scientific units. Guess who hated OCAB? Hated you. Hated. Abhorred. Like, I have no clue what's the worst like language to say hate. Okay. So there's also, I guess, abstract characters, ready-made versus composite characters. Wow, 잠깐만, it went over my head so much. So, am I mime? 이거요? 심심해서 보고 있었어요. Defines two different mechanisms for encoding ASCII characters in emails. Mime? 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 Oh, they just call it mime? Oh! This is true computer science. Oh, I thought you would be like me. Okay. Okay. Mime? They also have one for web, I'm guessing. Although syntax rules may affect the order in which characters are allowed to appear, XML documents, by definition, comprise characters for most... Wait, so I've done XML? Is XML is also part of Unicode? 뭐지? So then if I've done XML, like worked with XML, can I say I did computer science on my resume? XML was always like the hard thing to define what it was for me because I never learned it. So it uses Unicode. Then what am I supposed to say? I've done XML then? Is that okay? 진짜 머리가 뇌가 빠진다. Yeah, this type of symbol, guys. If you type it in words, it was supposed to show you characters. And that's Unicode. I guess part of Unicode. Conclusion. So, I guess it wasn't... It is kind of like unicorn, guys. It's like never seeing. You don't really see it that much. You barely see it. You rarely see it. You never see it. Right? So maybe they got it from unicorn. And then you got universal coding, right? 스키즈님 어서오세요. Yeah! Guys, so the conclusion is exactly what was defined. Guys, everyone write it down. That is the perfect conclusion, guys. Oops. So the first conclusion is that my head hurts. And my second conclusion is that 네, 벌써 거의 다 끝나가요. We were all using it Without actually knowing it. Guys, I think I came back. 제가 짧게 이야기는 했다고? 유니코드가 위치를 옮긴 몇 안 되는 이유는 한국 때문에? And a fun fact about Unicode that the Korean chat is saying is that Korea YCL. Because it looks like, oh, okay. 여기 있구나. D. Korea complained. Wined라고 해야 되겠다. They used the word wine. Shut up. That's it. Wine? 찡찡댔으니까. About hunger so much to Unicode blah blah so that that they get annoyed with any more requests? Related to hunger. 나 이거 몰랐어요. That's so funny. And this was back, hunger was back in 1992. Cause I asked the Korean chat, I didn't expect, sorry, 1993? 3 or 2? I mean, around that time. I was like, wow, I didn't expect it to be so early. And one of the Korean chat said, because Korea was super involved with having a Unicode for Korean, for hunger, so that's why. And yeah, I guess another shocking part was that I didn't expect to see... Nani? Hello? I didn't expect to see this many Korean language. I think it was like, Korean had like 11k? And then we learned about full width and half width, right? So we know like full width is 2 byte, which is usually CJK, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and half width. 누구 링크 그냥 포스트 해주세요, 저분 거. I think it was bytes, right? And then half width is 1 byte. So if you guys want to, hear more about a random like programming things, feel free to follow Jinri Code because I have other ones. And if you guys want to hear a new one, come next week Monday. I will do another one next week Monday. So thanks guys. Bye.